Hello and welcome, students of Europe Hotel School. I am a hotel AI expert, and I'm thrilled to be guiding you on this part of your online learning journey. Today, we're diving into something absolutely critical in hotel development: market demand analysis. Before any ground is broken or any blueprint is finalized, this is the step that truly separates the successes from the failures. Let's get right into it. And this quote, it really, really nails it. You see, long before the first brick is ever laid, a hotel's fate is often decided. It's not about just building the most beautiful or the most luxurious property. It's about building the right one, for the right people in exactly the right place. It really is a puzzle, and today, we're going to show you how to solve it. So here's our game plan for today. We're going to start by zooming out, looking beyond the actual piece of land. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of the competition. From there, we'll hunt for those hidden opportunities, figure out what's really bringing people to the area, and finally, we'll put all those pieces together for a winning strategy. Okay, let's dive in. So, a developer might find what they think is the perfect plot of land, a great location, great price, but that's just the very beginning. The first thing you have to do, and this is so important, is to strategically zoom out. You have to look past that one spot and really analyze the entire ecosystem around it. That right there is the heart of market demand analysis. So once we've zoomed out, where do we even begin? Well, you start with the existing players on the field. The very first practical step is to identify, and I mean really understand, the other hotels that are already up and running in that area. This brings us to a really key piece of industry lingo that you have to know: the comp set. Now, this isn't just a random list of hotels that are nearby. No. This is the very specific group of properties you'll be going head-to-head with, competing for the exact same customers. Getting your comp set right is the foundation for everything else you're about to do. Okay, so you've identified your comp set. How can you tell if that market is actually healthy, or if it's on life support? Well, you check its vital signs. And luckily, there are 3 key metrics that will tell you pretty much everything you need to know about the strength of a local market. These are the big 3. First, you've got occupancy. Super simple, right? It's just how full are the hotels. Second is the average daily rate, or ADR. Basically, what's the average price people are paying for a room? And third, we have revenue per available room, or RevPAR. Now this one is the real MVP because it combines the other 2 to give you the clearest picture of financial performance. And this slide just shows you perfectly why those numbers matter so much. I mean, think about it. If your comp set is running at 85% occupancy, that's a massive green light. The market is practically screaming at you that demand is higher than supply. But if the average is down at 50%, whoa. That is a huge red flag. Adding more rooms there could kick off a brutal price war where everyone just slashes their rates, and in the end, nobody makes any money. But here's the thing. Just looking at what's already there, that's only half the story. A truly smart analysis goes a step further. It's about looking for what isn't there. It's about finding those golden opportunities that everyone else has somehow missed. At the Europe Hotel School, we call this finding gaps in the stack, and it's a much more advanced way to think. You're moving beyond just the basic numbers to pinpoint specific types of travelers or entire market segments whose needs just aren't being met by any of the existing hotels. And this chart makes the whole concept crystal clear. Just imagine a market that's loaded with super high-end 5-star luxury resorts, and on the other end, a ton of basic 2-star budget motels. See that big empty space right in the middle? That's your gap. That's your opportunity. There's a clear shortage of stylish 4-star boutique hotels. And that's the genius of the strategy. By finding that gap, a developer can build a hotel that's perfectly tailored for that underserved customer. Maybe it's a business traveler who wants something nicer than a motel but doesn't need a full-blown resort. You see? You're not fighting the established giants for their business. You're attracting a whole new type of guest that nobody else is serving. This brings us to the next layer of our analysis, which is so logical. We know the competition, and we've spotted a potential gap. So now we have to ask the most important question of all: why? Why are people coming to this specific city, this specific neighborhood, in the first place? These reasons have a name: demand drivers. You can honestly think of them as the engines for your business. They are the corporations, the attractions, the universities, the things that generate that steady stream of visitors you're hoping will become your guests. Understanding these is non-negotiable. And demand drivers can be all sorts of things. It could be the headquarters of a big company, a massive convention center that pulls in thousands of people, or even a major hospital. Or maybe it's a fast-growing university, attracting parents and professors, or a popular tourist hub. And here is where the analysis turns into action. This is where the rubber meets the road. If you know your main demand driver is that big convention center down the street, then your hotel absolutely must have significant top-of-the-line meeting space. If it's a leisure destination, then a beautiful pool and a high-end spa become your key selling points. You build what the market is actually asking for. So, we've done all the work, we've gathered all the pieces of our puzzle, we know the competition, we know if the market's healthy, we've found the unserved gaps, and we know why people are visiting. The final step is to put it all together and solve that market puzzle. So let's just quickly recap that whole process. Step 1, you identify your true comp set. Step 2, you analyze those key health metrics, occupancy, ADR, RevPAR. Step 3, you strategically hunt for those unserved niches, those gaps in the stack. And finally, step 4, you align your hotel's design and amenities directly with what the local demand drivers require. And that brings us right back to where we started. A truly great, successful hotel is never just a generic box. It is a carefully crafted, precise solution that is designed to solve a very specific supply and demand puzzle in its own unique little micro-market. As you move forward in your careers, this is the exact framework that will help you create properties that don't just survive, but actually lead their markets. So the question you should always be asking yourselves isn't just, what can I build, but rather, what market puzzle will you solve?